Hey everybody, RC here. Welcome back to Let's Play Rimworld, a somewhere out there dynasty. For my Sim Nation buddies, we are into winter of 5503, so deep into our third year. I had played ahead just a little bit before I turned the recording on. We had an attack from this area, and what I neglected was this door was missing, so they bypassed all my traps. And they also came and started breaking down the wall over here after they got all the way through. They came down and they went through these traps. They lost a couple of people. A couple of their people went over this way where my guns took them out. And then I had a couple more make it down into this area where these guns took them out. And then I had my guys bouncing around the barricade here, taking out a couple of them before they started to flee. So we took down most of them. Several ran away, and we've got Lumi that we took prisoner, and we are going to try to convince her to join our little group here. So that's where we're at, just getting caught up. Other than that, we started harvesting some plants, and I just wanted to run through and check all my walls, doors, and traps to make sure I didn't have any gaps in my defenses again, because that was not pleasant to find that out. So I think we're back up to snuff where we want to be. We're in the early morning hours here on the 5th of winter. Everybody's asleep. Things have been going relatively smoothly from a mood standpoint, knock on wood. Nobody has snapped recently. I have set up a new area to mine down here to get a few more things going. So we'll clear out a couple of areas and then they'll get into this zone just to get a little more mining done. We have picked up quite a bit of weaponry down here. Quite a bit of weaponry. Our stockroom's filling up with clothes. We do still have quite a bit out in the surrounding area after we stripped our prisoners. And one thing we do need to get going, here is our graveyard, and we just had to add in some new graves to accommodate the dead bodies. We really need to get our research for the cremation ovens to where we can start cremating bodies, and that'll make things go a lot easier. Let's see. I wonder. There we go. That'll get that door fired back up. Oh, good. So we found some compact machinery. I was hoping we would find a little bit. We've been buying some from vendors lately. And Darren has recruited Lumi. So that's good. Let's see. She has been recruited. Taking a look socially. She doesn't have much gear. Just a little bit of clothing. Here's her background. A bounty hunter on a glitter world. She's incapable of nothing, which is great. That means she can haul, she can clean. She's a fast walker, so she moves faster. She is a psychopath. That doesn't really affect us, I don't believe. She's a good shot, so that'll add one more gun to our repertoire. She has a passion for mining, so we'll set her up with that. And growing, she can help with construction and with research. So we do need to rename her, and going on the list of people that we have, this will be Muns. So Muns, welcome to the colony. And we're going to go into the restrict. I do have some mandatory joy set up twice a day to help moods. We just have a few people that really need that. That may be overkill, but better safe than sorry. And let's see, we want to set up Firefighting, patient, bed rest, and flick to 1s. Not a good enough doctor. Not a good enough warden, so we'll turn that off. Hunting, once we get them a weapon, they'll be a good hunter. And I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to turn Chelly off. We're going to keep her working in the kitchen. So that'll keep her from wandering out of the kitchen. Construction, no. Repairing, no. Growing will make a 2. A lot of passion for mining, so we will turn that on to a 1. Plant cutting will make a 2. Pretty good art, at least to start, so we'll put that on a 2. We'll make a 2 for crafting. Again, everybody can do stone blocks. Cleaning, hauling, and let's see, researching, a 9, a 2. So we'll make this a second priority, and we'll leave bandit at a 2 as well. Hopefully that way we can get somebody. So Muns will work on hunting as a priority when I target animals to be hunted. Then we'll mine. Then we'll haul and clean, and then we'll come back and work in the farms, cutting plants, arts and crafts, and research. So welcome to the colony, Muns. We are going to get you a weapon here real quick. Now you are a pretty good shot. What we got the last time was mostly personal defense weapons, which are not very accurate and don't do a lot of damage. We do have a good survival rifle, and that does a good bit of damage, so we're going to give you that weapon. Alright, she's going to eat. We've got plenty of meat still to cook from the last elephant that we killed. They're attending a party. And you'll notice I had moved the party area from down here in our initial gathering room to up here. And I do have a good statue in there. And I'm working on some cloth to build a billiard table as well. Let's see, looks like I may be almost out of wood. So let's go ahead and give some orders to chop some wood. And I think I'm good enough on electricity right now. I can turn some of these lights back on. I don't have anybody in the hospital rooms right now, so I'm not going to worry about turning all those on. I just have the one room on, and I do have the prisoner room, which we can toggle off for right now. And there's Muns. Muns has taken over one of the bedrooms, so we still have 2 open bedrooms that we can move people into at some point. RC and Mespo sharing this room as a married couple. Bandit, Webb, Redbird. Let me check the quality of the... Oh, no, we have an awful bed there. I do want to, now that we've hopefully get some more wood, I'm just going to make a couple out here in the hallway. See what kind of quality we get, and then hopefully we can replace some of these. There's a poor one. So we want to get rid of those to where they rest better. And I believe we had turned off construction on just about everybody unless they were pretty high. We want Mespo doing most of the construction. Tell you what, we'll turn Oppenheimer off. Well, we'll make that a 3 for these guys. Hopefully Mespo does most of the building at a 16. The quality should be relatively good pretty much every time. So that's what we are hoping for. And 2 of them have been started. And here, yep, there he is. Alright, so this one is good. So we're going to deconstruct Comey's bed there. And then we're going to move this one into that room for him to have back. Alright, so this we're going to assign back to Comey. And let's see, that one was good. That one was poor, so we're going to deconstruct it. And we have a normal and a good bed here. That one's normal as well. So we're going to take this one, move it into there. All right. We've got a superior, a good, a superior, a normal, 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 normal. There's a poor one. Let's get rid of that. And a masterwork. Wow, that one's great. Okay, Munz is in here digging out. We're just going to wait for somebody to come clear out that bed at some point. Darren looks like he's doing a little cleaning, so that's helpful. We would certainly like to get some of this stuff hauled at some point. Oppenheimer's bringing in some pants to work on. He was breaking those down. Okay, remember we had set a job to break down apparel and get some of the cloth back. And there's an example. We got 12 blended leathers. Alright, they took that bed apart. So we want to take that one and move it over here. And we're going to go ahead and just deconstruct that one. One of the fine meals was taken left there and forbidden for some reason. So we'll unforbid that and hopefully somebody can pick it up. Into the long day. And we move into the 7th of winter, 5504. Another year, 4th year on the colony. Out on the rim. What I might like to do, well, we have a marsh right here. I was thinking we might enclose this at some point, but the marsh is unbuildable, so we'll leave that alone. We might add a couple of bedrooms in here. Let's see, we have trying to see what we have in the way of blocks. There they are. There they are. We have 416 slate blocks. So let's look at structures, slate blocks, and let's see. We're going to put one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll build across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go ahead and do 7 across there and give that one a nice room. And we'll put wood doors in there. And we will mark to cut plants out of those rooms. And then we're going to need to mine that out as well to have it rounded out. So we will set that up. So we found a few components in there, not too many, but hey, we were hurting for those, so that's much needed. The components you need to fix all of your electronics, so like our auto doors, our coolers when they go out, any of our electrical machines for crafting and production. all needed badly. Alright, no roof in that area. That's good. Again, we definitely want to do some research. See if anybody's working on research. Here's our research bench. Doesn't look like it. What's Darren doing right now? I believe he's our researcher. He's harvesting. Let's see. How many people do we have growing? He's one of our better growers. We do have OK Bandit who is better. I'm going to make that a 2 and that a 2, and that way he'll prioritize researching, hopefully. And there he goes. Good. We definitely need to keep research progressing and get it ahead. You know, we're still working on our brewing here, and at some point we'll want to work on quite a few of these, but I think the next one's going to be geothermal power. Electric smelting would be nice too, but we really don't need steel right now. Let's see, where's she going? Yeah, you've got 14 work left on there in Chelly. Finish that up. Good. All right, so she's going to hammer away at that for a little while. Looks like the end of another day. We had some cargo pods appear. I was so focused on her, I didn't see that. We've got some dried fruit. We'll pick that up. Mark that for picking up. That's down just outside of our western wall. You can see we built just a door hallway. There are no traps, and this is to avoid, cause pathing issues for any attackers that'll hopefully think that's too hard to get through. If it turns out not to be the case, we could be in severe trouble should a group come in that direction. But we've been lucky so far. Alright, she's still working away on some clothing. Quite a few unfinished pieces in here. I'm not sure why. Alright, she's starving, so she needs to go eat. Go eat. What's he carrying? Hauling a slate chunk. Okay. That's keeping our stockpile in here for block making full, which is awesome. Probably too much. Probably we only need half of that. More cargo pods. And we've got some pineapple. So we'll mark that to pick up. Put a little more fresh fruit into our diet. Looks like we're coming along with the carpeting. The cotton is what we're using to convert that, so we have to wait for that to grow, and then we can convert that at the loom. I am using a mod, the vegetable garden mod, that causes a few of those basic things to be changed over in the gameplay. So let's see, Darren's back to researching. Uh-oh. And a fire. Something exploded. A fault in one of our electrical conduits. And so we will have power outages, and we need to come in and redo that. And I tell you what we're going to do is we're going to make a redundant line there just to keep everything going. And they'll have to get some steel and come back and fix that. There you go. So we should be back up and running. Just check that, and yep, the connection's back up and looks good. So we can clear that error out, or that warning. Looks like they hauled these clothes here. All the traps are up. Most of the clothes are done. He's getting some pineapple. He's cooking. Darren's researching. I'm going to have him haul the parka. Let's get Webb out there. And that'll be the last bit. Yeah, that'll be the last bit from the attack. So we've gotten everything in. I'm going to go ahead and mark these 3 for hunting. Just add a little more meat to our cooler. So here comes RC hunting away. Munz is using that survival rifle, not the best weapon for hunting. Well, okay, let's go back to the research screen and pause it. Let's go ahead and get geothermal power started, and we should be able to go to production, and I should have butcher's table, a brewery. That does beer. 100% flammability. Not good. But we are going to do that. We're going to put that in to our workstation. It probably needs to be near the resources. What if I put it right there? And then didn't we have an extra chair right here? So we're going to move that down to this area, and that'll get our brewery set up. And once it's built, we'll put in the bills to get them to start brewing. And now I think, let me double check. Let's see, we have devil strand, cotton, aloe, heel root, potato plants. Alright, so let's put in another patch here. And we are going to make this hops, if I can find it. Oats. Hop plant. There we go. Alright, so we'll start growing some hops so we can start brewing beer. That is full. So, I think what we're going to want to do here is we are going to want to put in another wall. And another cooler. And we will put in a wooden door. And we will clear out that area of plants. Alright, we've got a trader coming in. Alright, Darren is our designated trader. He's got the gift of gab, so we'll have him come out and trade. Alright, we can get rid of that bamboo club, the granite club, all the clubs that we just got. We aren't going to use a spear. We don't want to trade any of our herbal medicines or components. And it does not appear... it'd be interesting to maybe buy some cougars to train them up for fighting, but we're going to not do that right now. So we're just going to take the money, and that'll be good. Somebody will come out and get that silver shortly. Bandit out harvesting some more food. We're really going to need to get our new cooler area A combat supplier is going by, so we'll take Darren again. He's right there. We'll have him call the combat supplier. Right, we're gonna get rid of the poor PDW. We aren't gonna use the pistols at all. I don't like that survival rifle, so let's get rid of that. We'll get rid of the PDW that's poor, even though it's got a lot of life left. We'll keep that one. I just don't like survival rifles very much. They're not conducive to really hitting well. Mace, shiv, longsword, we don't need that. Knife. Another knife, we can get $188 for that one. And we're going to keep our components. Now their components are pretty cheap, so we'll buy those. I do want some medicine. I don't have any, so I'm going to buy all their medicine. That'll be helpful. Anything else that I want to get? I think we're good there, so we're going to accept that. It'll cost us $700. And there's all of our stuff outside. We'll get that hauled eventually. There's the medicine coming in. There's the components. Medicine, does that degrade? I don't know if it does or not. As long as it's in a stockpile, I think it's fine. It doesn't need to be refrigerated. Let's see, we've got a hole in the wall there, just for aesthetic purposes. Let's put a wall there. Alright, so Darren is researching. Where did we put our brewery at? Down in the kitchen. Alright, the brewery's done, so let's pause it and let's see about adding bills. We're going to brew beer, and that takes 25 hops. Let's see, we're going to say that you have to have a minimum skill of 6 to brew beer. And we're going to do that until we have, let's say 50 beer. Until we kind of get used to it. What else can we make in here? Coffee. Now, a lot of this is because of that vegetable garden add-on. You have to grow the ingredients. Coffee, you'd have to grow the coffee beans. Tea, you'd have to grow tea leaves. Get tea leaves harvest from trees or plants, however they do that. So we're just going to stick with the beer. We're not going to be outgoing on that. Alright, our cotton's coming in, so they need to come out and replant it. But right now what they're doing is they are bringing that in, they're running it through the loom, and then they're using it to carpet these rooms. So all of these squares still need to be carpeted in the bedrooms. So we've got 3 completely done. That's good. So almost a 4th one here. And then working on the hospital wing as well. And we'd like to get some of that cloth eventually for the billiard table. That'll be another source of fun, and you just can't have too much of that for mood stabilization for the guys here. Alright, we've got it closed in. Let's see, no electricity, so we're going to run power to that. There we go. And I'm going to put in a stockpile area. And then this is what we're going to do. We're going to highlight this one. We're going to copy it. Then we're going to highlight this area and we're going to paste it. And then on this one, we're going to highlight that and we're going to take out all the resources to where we can get our animal corpses back into this one. So they'll start moving all this food over to here. That will give us more area. And then I'm also going to build a vent between these 3 rooms. And that way all 3 coolers can work in conjunction to cool everything off. Now I do need to lower that. Let's go down to 30 degrees. They got this enclosed. A volcanic winter. A supervolcano in the distance has erupted and begun spilling millions of cubic kilometers of ash. It will obscure the sun, temperatures will drop, and plants will suffer. It could pass in weeks, or it might last months. So, that could block out all of our electricity, which makes getting geothermal set up very important, because at this point we'd be relying solely on wind turbines. Our batteries are actually pretty run down, so we need more power coming in anyway. Alright, so I'm afraid we are going to have to turn off a lot of our lights. That one's already off. That's outside. Nobody's in there. We don't have anybody in the hospital right now. They can make do with one over here. Okay, so let's see. We've got... Oh, the other 2 bedrooms are set up. Good. So I can take... Oh, we'll build 2 more beds. And then we will also... We're doing red carpeting in the bedrooms. So we'll do that and get that going. Now, they're not going to like these rooms as much because of the wood. Stone, they like the wood better, but because that's an outside wall, I do want it to be more fire. Let's see, Munz. Okay, Munz is eating. Alright, there he goes. He's a little upset that his attacker buddy died in the attack against us, but hey, that's what you get. Alright, so they've cleared out this area, moved it over into here. We've got this area for animals again, so that's good. We have not a ton of meat, so I tell you what, let's go see if we can designate anything else for... No, let's see. Designate you guys and you. Alright, so there's a couple more animals we can hunt out there. We can always go out and get another... Oh, there's a couple more fellas there. Boars. Oh, that's Munz. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, Munz is killing me with that shooting. He's better than that, but survival rifles are not the fastest weapons. And I sold everything else. Well, tell you what, let's turn that off for right now. We'll turn that to a 2. So that way he'll focus more on a few other things. Now Darren, he's sitting over here. He's in the dark. Alright, well, tell you what, if we take this and we move it to here, maybe that'll help us out. Cargo pods. Muffins. Excuse me. Alright, so Darren's back into his room. Alright guys, I'm going to put a cut in here. We're at the 11th of winter, in the middle of a volcanic winter. We have gotten all of our defenses replaced and repaired, Our electricity situation is about to become dire. We really need this geothermal to get researched so we can end up putting, we've got 2 geothermal vents here, and I believe we had a third one farther to the south. All of these are within our borders, within the boundaries of our perimeter, so we could put those out and not worry about fencing them in. And those 3 should pull enough power that we won't really need any of the others. That'll just be lagniappe, a little extra when that comes to pass. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.